Hi everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Let's pull a couple cards today and see what energies are coming up for you. And what card most suits the collective today? The High Priestess. What? Intuition. The depths of mystery. Like this is really about honing your spiritual gifts and knowledge, protecting your peace, and understanding the mysteries. That's a great card to have for this, for right now. So yeah, it's like you're feeling in tune with the world, what's going on. You're feeling like you know what's going on. Sometimes it can be really hard to know what's going on. It's not the easiest to be the most aware. You got mystery. So yeah, you're studying the mysteries at this time. The spiritual mysteries. Uh, you you may be like practicing magic or doing ritual, um, or just like if you had done any full moon kind of ritual, kind of tracking the results of this sort of thing. But yeah, this is beautiful energy. So let's see now what's crossing the High Priestess right now. What's crossing our High Priestess right now? Stuck energy. You may be feeling stuck, blocked. It's like when you are in spiritual energy, it's like movement and flow are very important for growth. So you may be feeling a stuck energy, or it could even be like saving money, budgeting your finances. And you have the Death card in reverse. So to me, this tells me that you're trying to keep something from ending, or there's something that needs to end that isn't ending. Um, it's like, waiting for an ending to happen, like a slow, inevitable kind of goodbye, I want to say. And then it's like you're not, you know, you don't want to see, it's like kind of dissociating from what's going on. Like you may not want to see it, or you just don't feel like dealing with it. Like this is going to happen whether or not I do anything. Like maybe it's like not even, I don't know which way to go, or like, so I'm just gonna stand still. Very interesting. Okay, so some inevitable ending in your life here. Okay, so what's death? Let's see. Got the Emperor and the Grief card, so it's like you could be an Aries, or there could be an Aries in your life. It came up in reverse, and so this is about needing to do the planning, needing to see the big picture. You may be focusing on the little details when you really need to have like a broad overview for what's happening here. And you got the grief card upside down, the Five of Cups. So it's like, um, maybe you don't want this to end because the grief would be too great. You're not ready to go through the grief. Um, or just like staving out. It doesn't have to be grief. It can just be depression. It could be staving off depression, or like you don't want to. You don't want this to end because it's gonna make you sad, right? Odie. That's it. Okay. You don't want this to end because it's gonna make you sad here. All right. And what else about this Emperor and the Five of Cups? Ace of Wands. Um, in reverse. So Ace of Wands is passion, new passions, like a new action. And it's like it's not wanting to take action on this situation. It's sort of like just waiting for it to happen. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out what this has to do with mystery, which is what came up in the very beginning. So What is this ending about? What's this death card here for? What is this ending about? King of Swords in reverse. Maybe not wanting to have the conversation that it's over. You know, not wanting to have the conversation it's over with somebody, or with some place, some job, or you know, not having to be the one that ends it. You know, even if it's a job, you know, like not wanting to be the one to say you're leaving, like kind of being indifferent and kind of waiting, you know, to be let go or something like that. I know it's odd. Okay, so what is the advice here? What is the advice here? Queen of Swords in reverse. It's like you're gonna have to like tap into your intuitive, sensitive nature and have, you know, this grown-up conversation about something, and it can be difficult to be the bearer of bad news, but it's like, you know, you're gonna be in a stuck place if you don't do something about this, right? So you have to be the one to like stand up and, you know, be the bigger person and have this conversation about this ending. And like, I feel like there's a decision that needs to be made. What else? Ugh, you know, either way, you know, you're gonna have to have these feelings, you know, this brokenheartedness. You're gonna have to go through it, and it's gonna be hard, whether you're hurting somebody else's feelings or it hurts your own feelings to do so. But I guess the only way through this situation, out of the situation, is through it, right? So it's like you're going to have to take the harder road here, in order to get through it. You know, and come from a place of love, and say what's on your mind, you know. And I'm getting a little bit people-pleasing energy here too, just because it's like you don't want to hurt anybody or offend anybody, you know, make them feel bad, right, with this. You don't want to make anybody feel bad, but it's like, so it just has to come from a place of love. You have to communicate your truth and come from a place of love, despite the outcome, you know. It's giving me like it's time. It's time for this to happen. Okay. What other closing messages do we have here? Patience, you know, you're divinely protected. Your angels have your back, and they are taking care of this situation as best they can from their side, but you also have to do your part. You know, there's also the Temperance card is about a new springtime, a rebirth here. And so it's time to leave the past in the past and move gracefully into your future, with being emotionally regulated, balanced. Anything else? Anything else, Spirit? Any other advice? You know, like you've been resilient, you've been determined, and you stood your ground for far longer than most people would, but now, you know, like the war is over. It's time to, you know, it's time to put these wands down. Like, you know, it's time to stop protecting this empty battlefield here and like move on. And to move on, right? I can't make these things up. And this is what is going to bring you happiness and joy. And you'll feel a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders when you get this like out of the way. It's sort of like this idea has been mounting, the pressure of whatever, having to speak to this person or this boss or whoever the situation is. But once you do it, you're going to be rewarded, and in flow. So yeah, time to rip off the band-aid. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, or just like the video down below. Thanks, bye.